You're about to walk into a carrier store to claim a free upgrade, but the math says you're actually handing over $40,000 of your future retirement. While tech gurus debate the camera specs, we're performing a forensic audit on the upgrade cycle. By the end of this video, you'll have a system to stop the tech-driven wealth leak and reclaim your financial freedom. You're standing in the carrier store. The air is cool, the lighting is museum grade, and the floor is polished to a mirror finish. You aren't there to buy a phone, you're there to claim what you've been told is yours. Your current phone buzzed this morning with a notification. You are eligible for an upgrade. The salesperson smiles. They don't talk about the $1,300 sticker price. They don't talk about the 1,100 days of debt you're about to sign away. They talk about $36 a month. It sounds like a rounding error. It's the price of a few pizzas or a couple of streaming services. You trade in your S24, sign a digital pad with a stylus that feels like luxury, and walk out feeling like you just won a prize. But you didn't win. You just volunteered for a wealth extraction program. While tech reviewers spend 40 minutes arguing over the 200-megapixel sensor, the NPU speeds, or the new titanium frame, we are going to perform a forensic audit on the upgrade cycle. Most people think they are buying a communication tool. They aren't. They are purchasing a depreciating glass slab with money that has the power to change their lives. What if I told you that the phone in your pocket right now is actually costing you $40,000? Not in some theoretical marketing universe, in cold, hard, historical math. By the end of this video, you'll realize that your phone isn't a tool, it's a financial anchor. And I'm going to give you the exact system to cut that anchor and start building actual wealth instead of just looking like you have it. Stop and think. If your phone broke today, could you buy a new one in cash without checking your bank balance? If the answer is no, you are the primary target of this crime scene.
Let's look at the lie. Every February, the system tells you that your current device, the one that opens your banking app perfectly and takes photos better than any camera from 10 years ago, is suddenly obsolete. They call it innovation. I call it the innovation mirage. They make the screen 2% brighter. They add an AI feature that translates your voice into a cartoon cat. They change the charging port shape slightly. And then they wrap it in a payment plan. The payment plan is the most effective weapon ever designed to keep the middle class quietly broke. Why? Because human beings are psychologically wired to ignore small, recurring leaks. We've been programmed to believe that affordable means I can make the monthly payment. But that's the math of the broken. The boring rich don't ask if they can afford the payment. They ask what that capital is worth if it's put to work in an asset that actually grows. When you see $36 a month, your brain's scarcity alarm stays silent. It feels safe. It feels like you're getting a $1,300 device for almost nothing. But that nothing is a 3-year contract that tethers you to a specific carrier and a specific expense. You are trading your future margin, the space between your income and your expenses, for a status symbol that will be worth $200 in 4 years.
Let's perform the forensic math audit. The Samsung S26 Ultra retails for roughly $1,300. After sales tax and the mandatory activation fee, you're at $1,400. Most people see a one-time cost or a $36 monthly bill. I see a wealth multiplier. If you take that $1,400 and instead of handing it to Samsung, you put it into a boring S&P 500 index fund, the numbers are brutal. Historically, the market returns about 10% annually. But nobody buys just one phone. The average American stays on the treadmill, upgrading every 2 to 3 years. If you are 25 years old today and you stay on the Ultra treadmill until you're 55, you will buy roughly 10 phones. Each time, you are resetting the clock on your compounding interest. If you took that $36 a month and invested it consistently for 30 years at 10%, you end up with $73,200. That is the smartphone tax. You are paying $73,000 for the privilege of having a slightly faster way to scroll through social media. Quick recap. $36 a month equals $73,000 in lost wealth. Is that cat filter worth 70 grand? Probably not.
Now, let's talk about why we really do it. It's about status signaling. We've covered the fake rich illusion before. The smartphone is the ultimate low-barrier status symbol. You might not be able to afford a $100,000 luxury SUV, but you can definitely afford $36 a month to show everyone at the office that you're current. This is especially dangerous for Henrys, high earners not rich yet. If you make $120,000 a year, a $1,300 phone feels like pocket change. But your net worth isn't built on your income. It's built on your margin, the gap between what you earn and what you spend. By filling that gap with small payments for phones, cars, and subscriptions, you ensure that you stay a high-income worker who never becomes a wealthy owner. You are trading liquidity for luxury. Liquidity is your freedom buffer. It's the money that lets you say no to a toxic boss or yes to a real investment opportunity. When your money is tied up in a 36-month phone contract, you are less free. You are a liquidly trapped employee funding a device that is losing 20% of its value the second you walk out the store door.
Now, let's look at the carrier heist. To get that free or discounted S26 Ultra, the carrier usually forces you into their most expensive data plan. These plans often cost $20 to $30 more per month than a standard plan or a discount carrier like Mint or Google Fi. You aren't getting a deal. You're paying for the phone through a hidden service tax. Over the life of that 36-month contract, you've paid an extra $1,000 just for the privilege of the phone discount. When you add the plan premium to the opportunity cost, the free phone becomes the most expensive item in your house. Now, open your last carrier bill. Are you on the premium plan just to keep a phone credit? If yes, you are paying for that phone in installments anyway. So, how do we fix it? We don't just stop buying phones. We implement a forensic tech system. Step 1. The 3-year rule. If your current phone opens your banking app, sends a clear text, and takes a photo that looks decent on a screen, you do not have a hardware problem. You have a discipline problem. You do not upgrade until at least year 3, preferably year 4. The marginal utility between year 1 and year 2 is almost non-existent. Step 2. The cash-only constraint. If you cannot buy the phone twice in cash today, you cannot afford it. Financing a phone is the first red flag that your lifestyle is outpacing your actual wealth. If you have to pay $36 a month, you are living a life you haven't earned yet. Step 3. The refurbished play. The boring rich move is to wait 6 months after a release and buy the previous model refurbished. You get 95% of the features for 50% of the price. You let someone else pay the depreciation tax. Here is your tech freedom deliverable. I want you to use this phone upgrade audit checklist before you ever step foot in a store again. The utility test. Does my current phone fail at a core task, calls, banking, navigation? Yes or no? The cash test. Do I have $1,400 in liquid savings above my emergency fund to pay for this today? Yes or no? The multiplier check. Am I willing to trade $40,000 of my 2056 retirement for this specific device today? Yes or no? The plan audit. Does this deal require me to pay for a data plan I don't actually need? Yes or no? The 24-hour cooling period.
Have I waited 24 hours since the upgrade notification appeared to let the dopamine settle? Yes or no? If you get a single no, you walk away. The S26 Ultra is a beautiful piece of engineering, but it is also a weapon designed to extract wealth from people who are too busy looking at the monthly payment to see the lifetime cost. Don't be the product, be the player. The goal isn't to have the newest phone in the room. The goal is to be the person in the room who doesn't need a new phone to feel successful. Real wealth is invisible. It's the $20,000 in your safe account. It's the $100,000 in your index fund that grows while you sleep. Stop funding Samsung's retirement and start funding yours. I'll see you in the next audit.